There we go. All right, Jesse Finney. Thank you so much for doing this, man. I
Yeah,
appreciate it.
thanks for having me. I'm looking forward to it, and thanks for working around everything that we had going today. So and be able to squeeze me in with your schedule as well.
Well, this is just a part of it, right? When you're running a business, there's a lot of time demands, especially when you reach a certain level, and you're at that level. I mean, you're running Shamrock FC, one of the largest organizations in the country for mixed martial arts. So, I mean, thank you.
Thank you for having me.
Uh,
And as far as running the business, but yeah, we're busy. But you also picked the first part of January when we own a health club as well. So now
that is
everyone's getting in shape, including myself.
That's true. You know what? I didn't even think about that. You
Yeah,
do, yeah, because we're in All in One Fitness.
right,
That's your gym here.
right.
Yeah, 1-1. Everybody wants to get in the gym and get it going.
Gym, the trainers, myself, everybody feels fat right now.
Yeah,
So
yeah, dude.
get
I mean,
after it.
a long stretch of the holidays.
That's it.
I came in here earlier and I podcasted with Ezra Linden,
Yeah.
and you were on the treadmill or
Yeah.
you're on the elliptical. You're getting
Yeah.
your work in.
I make it a priority no matter what.
Yeah,
No matter what. For me, if you don't have your health and fitness, you don't have anything.
yeah,
And I mean that. And I said to everybody, listen, I don't care if you work on a Planet Fitness, Club Fitness, All in One Fitness, anything, get in and work out.
yeah.
Because it doesn't just help you physically, but mentally. And truly, if you don't have your health, you have nothing.
Yeah,
Zero.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, it all starts there. I mean, I like the saying, sooner or later, like your health will be your number one concern.
And it should be now.
Yeah,
It should be now.
absolutely.
And I say it over your kids because you know what? If you don't take your health and fitness number one, that means your kids aren't going to have you anyway.
Right. Yeah. Some people might look at that as selfish, and maybe us being like athletes our whole lives, it just comes a little bit more second nature. But if you don't take care of yourself, you can't take care of anybody.
That is the truth, and that's mentally and physically.
Yeah.
So for me, if I don't get my workout in, I know that's going to affect me mentally as well.
Yeah.
As far as I try to coach as many of my kids' sports as possible as well. So I'm going to be shorter with my kids. I'll be shorter with my wife. I'll be shorter with, my team around me. And if I don't take care of myself, then I have to.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. No, it really does start with like a good structured day, and movement should be a part of that.
amen.
So what's your
Amen.
day like? What's a day
What's
for
my
Jesse
day
Finney?
like? Each day is different, if I'm on the road or if I'm here locally, right? So I think a lot of it, it's kind of crazy because, from where it is now to 5 years, before it was just grind, 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 grind. And now it's it's kind of crazy because I coach a lot of my kids' sports. And, I waited until I was 35, 34, 35 to have my first child. So I wasn't 25, so I make sure that my health, fitness, my business, everything else is in order. But then also my priorities are my kids.
Yeah.
And everybody says, "Oh, well, you're so business." Well, I'm really not that business. As well, I think a lot of people think is it's more. I'm my kids are going to be there, and then the business is going to be there as well. So start off my day. I always work out in the mornings first thing, and then I take my kids to school at least 2 days a week, and then I try to pick them up 1 day a week, which that doesn't always happen. I will say that.
Yeah.
Work out and get our meetings going throughout the day. Kind of everybody what's shaking, what's moving, what's going. If it's in the health club, or it's in the martial arts studio, or if it's in the Shamrock, So try to do all that. Try to get all that knocked out by noon, 1-ish. Eat some lunch, come back, and work until probably I'm either working or meetings or doing something along those lines. So probably 7-ish, probably 2 nights a week, and then the other nights, man. I mean, sometimes it goes till 10 or 11 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
And then at least 2 days a week, I'm coaching their basketball. At this point right now, I'm either coaching basketball, or well, we just got up with soccer. So I mean, it's always one of my kids' sports.
Yeah.
No matter what.
Yeah, dude, the sports don't stop either.
Sports don't stop, and I wouldn't change it though, man. My kids, truly, I can tell you this. I'm probably one of the few. My kids have never played a video game ever.
Oh, really?
Never. No, my
Oh,
kids have never
nice.
played a video game. They get 1 hour a week on the iPad.
Nice.
So and the reason that's credit to my wife and they've never picked up a cell phone. So like they don't play any cell phone, and we try to push them all outside. Like, hey, you know what? I mean, I was an athlete. My wife was an athlete. So go play basketball. Go pick up a horse poop. Go pick up dog poop. Go do something. Go
Yeah.
do something.
Just
You
be
know,
active. Be
just be
outside.
active. Be active. Be active. Be outside. Go do something. Yeah, but you know what?
Yeah.
You're not gonna sit here. You're not gonna watch TV, and you're not gonna. You know, when you get home from school, you're either gonna go. And we don't force it on them. You know, but like. You know, go do something. You know, our basement's
Yeah.
not finished at our house, so I have like a full obstacle course in the basement,
Oh,
and then we
nice.
time them, right? So like we have like probably a 25-foot agility ladder taped to the basement floor, and then we have like little hurdles they can jump over, you know, and then we just time them on that. I mean, like,
Yeah.
they're working out without even knowing they're working out.
Yeah. I
Right?
mean, you're just making it a part of life.
It's life. I mean, you know, and you know what? It's just like they don't know any different.
Right.
So they don't know any different, and but I couldn't do all this if I don't have like such an amazing team around me. Like, and
Yeah.
I really mean that. Like, putting the right people in the right places. I mean, I do what I have to do, but I have people that I depend on and that I respect their work ethic and the type of people they are, and you know, it allows me to grow the business and not work in the business all the time.
Yeah.
Right?
That's a problem a lot of entrepreneurs have, right? They're always working in the business, in the business. They're never working on the business.
Dude, that was probably one of the hardest things I ever learned in my life. Like, and because I want to do it, I got to do this, I got to do this, I got to do this, and it's like, listen, if I don't step back and let someone else grow, then that means the business is only going to be as big as me.
Right.
So like, I always say, hey, listen, you know, you're in this position because I believe in you. You know what? If I didn't believe in you, then you wouldn't be working here.
Right.
You know, or in any of the businesses.
Hmm.
Do what you think is best. Hey,
Right.
if you need me, let's talk. I mean, whatever you think. Let's bounce some ideas. Let's have some fun. You know,
Right.
like, you know, I mean, it's January right now. What's specials we're gonna run, this and that. The guys, to get everybody in shape. And what do you guys think? And that's where the ideas come from. Everybody thinks that I'm this smart guy and that I'm such a smart business guy, quote unquote. And man, that's not true. I mean, like, it's truly you know what? It's the people that I surround myself with that we can use their brains to make things work. And you know, yes, I can pop some ideas here and there, but I mean, I focus on the other people and let them grow.
Now, how long do you think, like, how long did it take for you to get to that place? Or maybe not how long, but like, what do you think got you to that place? Is there anything that like sticks out or any lessons that maybe stick out along the way that was like, you know what, I can't have control all the time and I have to trust my guys to succeed and to fail because sometimes that's a part of it.
Um, I'm still working on that today. I really am. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, I'll work on it the rest of my life. It's just
Yeah.
trying to do that. But I think more than anything, it's probably a lot of getting the right people, knowing you trust in them. And I think that it probably took at least a minimum of, I know it sounds crazy, but I'd say probably 10 to 15 years.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, so, and I always tell the guys, I don't want to be cursing here or anything else, but the joke is, hey, just don't fuck it up. You know, like they were like, what about this? I was like, hey man, I don't care. Let's do it. Just don't fuck it up. Like,
It's that simple.
I mean, like, just don't. And they make like that's like the running joke. Like, I don't. Hey, whatever you think is best, just don't fuck it up.
Yeah.
Like,
Hmm.
and you know what? My guys know that. Like, we have a lot of fun. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, we have a lot of fun as a team. And I always tell the guys, like, I mean, like, listen, when you're not having fun, man, like, just quit.
Yeah.
Like, truly, like, just quit, because then you're losing your passion for it, right? Like,
Yeah.
and the only person I can say that probably doesn't have as much fun as he should all the time is Rob Donaker, because everything, you know, like, he just gets grinded on and grinded on and grinded on. Now, fight night for him and I, it's almost like a party, like 12, 13 times a year, 14, 15 times now that we're doing now, right? So, like, it's like, yes.
Yeah.
You know, like, okay, it was worth it.
Yeah.
But the lead up, getting to it,
It's a lot of work, man.
oh man, no, I don't think a lot of people see that or understand that. Because, and my wife said this to me truly like 15 years ago. She's like, Jesse, you don't show it, you don't talk to people about it, you just do it so people think it looks easy. And you know, you don't complain and tell everybody what's going on. You're doing this, you're doing that. You don't tell people, and you don't gotta, like, nowadays they go out there and I'm working so hard and you're on your Facebook and I'm doing this and I'm doing that. Man, shut up, dude. Like, no one really wants to hear that.
Right.
You know what? Be about it. Don't just say what you're gonna do. Just go do it.
Yeah.
And when you do it,
It's that simple.
yeah. And then if you make it look easy, then everyone's gonna do it. Okay, well, go do it.
Yeah. It's such a fine line in today's atmosphere because when it comes to business, that's all. Action is truly like the only truth. It's just about doing the fucking work.
Right.
At the end of the day. But like now we're in this space to where you have a lot of people who like look like they're doing something online and they're not. But then you have a lot of people who like you, for example, like you're doing a lot, but you're not online a whole lot. But then like now we're kind of entering this space to where it's like you need to do a lot offline, but now you also have to do a lot online. It's really weird. You know what I'm saying? Like we're kind of entering like a weird space with social. Well, like, social is almost like a necessary evil now,
It is.
and it wasn't in
It,
the beginning.
it is, but I don't know if that's. I don't know. I've always been one of these people. Like I really don't have to tell everybody what I'm doing, how hard I'm working, this and that. And like, look, I'm not. I don't think you've ever heard me talk trash on somebody. I don't think you've ever heard me like out there like, oh, I'm doing this. I'm grinding so hard, man. Shut the f up, man. Just go do it, and people will see it. And if they don't see it, why do you care anyway? Because really, truly, it's about you and your family anyway.
That's true.
I don't. I mean, like, so I'm not sure that it really has to be like, and you know, you have to be on social. You have to do this. Now, I'm probably a little more old school when it comes to that, but I don't really care.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, like, truly, like, as long as my, business is taken care of, the team around me is taken care of, we're all happy, my family's happy and healthy, I don't really care.
Yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, business is done face to face.
Amen.
It really is. I mean, some people can build their business like on social and whatnot, but a lot of business is done like old school ways still. And
Man.
the best businesses I've noticed. I study a lot of people. We talked about like Andy Frizzello being one of them. Just kind of in the St. Louis area, and it's just amazing, just like how well you can do just with old school practices. Sending thank you cards. You know what I
Yes.
mean? Like making the phone call,
Yes.
handshakes.
Yes. And I think that to this, I think in today's world, that's a missed art. And I think like the guys that I do business with, most of the guys I do business with, I would actually probably say 90% of the people I do business with, we've done things that way for many years.
Yeah.
And it's cool because you've seen a lot of us start at the bottom. I grew up South City, 3 blocks north of Roosevelt, right? Nobody, and I've heard people say that I was born with a silver spoon in my mouth. I was rich. I was that. I'm like, dude, you don't even have a clue. But my point is like, a lot of us have climbed the ropes together.
Yeah.
And like there's a ladder, it's one step, and a lot of us still talk. In fact, we talk all the time. Like a lot of us, then, the best type of advice you get is from people that really don't know your business.
Yeah.
Right. So like, hey, what do you think about this in this situation?
Yeah, because they have just a completely different outlook on it.
Completely different outlook.
Yeah. You think maybe, as I'm sitting here listening to you talk, I wonder if maybe it's just more of it's like just this perception that Instagram and Facebook and these things are like the way things are going, or maybe the way things are now, and that's not really the case. Because I guess I'm sitting here thinking about it, and the most successful people probably don't give a damn about that.
I could care less.
Yeah, exactly. They don't care anything about it. I mean, you have like your Gary V's, and you have some people who are like killing it on there, but for the most part, I mean, I doubt Warren Buffett really cares anything about social media.
Can I tell you something?
Please.
I've been told by numerous people, like, you have got to get busy. You got to start on your Instagram. I don't have Instagram, right? You got to do this. You got to get Instagram. You got to do this. You got to do this because you can make so much money at it. So much money at it. And I'm like, I don't care about the money.
Yeah.
Like, I'm in a very good spot in my life.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if I really want to take on something along those lines that I've got to be bigger promoting myself.
Yeah.
I'd rather promote other people around me
Yeah.
and then work together and build stars together.
Yeah.
And build a more of a better culture and a better team and everybody else around me. All right, it doesn't be about me.
Yeah.
I mean, like, and I say all the time, like, the worst promoter out there, is a person that promotes themselves all the time, themselves, and it's like, dude, you make me want to throw up. Like,
Yeah.
stop. Like you were just, I don't know, but like, should I? Yeah, I probably should. I won't. Like, I
Yeah.
mean, like, I never say never, but I'm just not right now. I won't. I mean,
Yeah.
it's just not who I am, and it's not something I have to. So
Yeah.
it's like, why do it if I don't have to?
I don't blame you, dude. I don't blame you. I mean, you've been in business for a really long time, and that's one of the things I really wanted to talk to you about
Sure.
because you have built such a successful, team around you. So you have, I mean, Shamrock is one of them, but you have All in One Fitness.
Hmm.
How many businesses do you have? Is it?
Well, I mean, I have Shamrock. I have Shamrock FC. I have On One Fitness. I have Finney's MMA. I sold the other gyms right now, so
That's
like,
right. So you've started several other
yep.
businesses.
Yeah, and then I had a real estate company years ago. Sold that. We're still buying. My wife and I still. My mom. My mom's been in business for 30 years now, I guess probably. She owns a Roebuck Realty,
Oh,
which
nice.
is a real estate firm out in like Labadie, Washington, Missouri. So like my wife and I still buy and sell real estate all the time,
Yeah.
as much as possible.
Real estate's really where it's at.
It's where, I mean, that's what I don't think a lot of people understand is like people think I made all this money like from the fights and I did this and that. Like, I mean, I made my first decent amount of money in real estate, like to help me get started. You
Yeah.
know, and yeah, so like that's what a lot. I mean, and we still buy houses and sell houses, and buy commercial, residential, whatever. And if we see a good deal, we buy it. And
Yeah.
and truly, that's probably what I'll do after the fight world.
Right.
Because I love it. I love the art of the deal. You know, like of making the right deal and then everyone's happy.
Mhm.
Great, I love it. You know, so
So throughout your time, like, who have been some of your mentors in business or in fighting or?
my mom, like truly, you know, like my mom was 17 when she had me. She was 17 when she had me. My dad was 18, and like she never graduated high school because of me, and she is the biggest grossing agent in Franklin County.
Oh, wow.
Yep. I mean, and like she's been top agent for top broker for the last probably 5-7 years out there. She'll never take no for an answer. She'll just grind and grind and grind and grind. And truly, like, it's definitely where I get my work ethic, and knowing from my father too. But my stepdad, Robert Biggs, who was a kickboxing champion.
Oh, nice.
He fought on Wide World Sports and
I've seen
fought
him
Bill.
fight.
Yep.
Jim Jenkins showed
Yep.
me like some old
Yep.
videos of him fighting.
Bill Wallace. He
Yeah.
fought Bill Wallace
Yeah.
in Bill's retirement fight. Lost, split decision in Bill's hometown. But like, so he taught me a lot about the fight business as well.
Yeah.
But he had a karate school up in North County, West Florissant Chambers, and so that's how I kind of got into it a little bit.
That's how you got into martial
Yeah.
arts.
So
and
my
karate.
my mom met my stepdad when I was 8.
Uh-huh.
I think it was 8, and then I I was in West County with my grandparents. Parents went to Lafayette High School. I was living, you know, with both grandparents, my mom, my dad, and you know, they were 17, right? So
Yeah,
like, and they had a great family support system. So my mom and dad were trying to make it, and then you know, they split when I was like 2, right? So they're still this day great friends, but I mean, I don't know. Like, so basically, my mom met my stepdad, and we moved to South St. Louis.
Yeah.
So here I was, this white kid, white as white could be, you know, loves sports, and I don't think I'd ever seen a black person in my life. And I was like, what's this? And then all of a sudden I started getting like
Culture shock.
culture shock, and it was the best thing ever happened to me, honestly, because now, like, and then I moved there, and you know, we lived 3 blocks north of Roosevelt. So I was, you know, it was either fight or,
Lots of scraps
you
growing
know,
up.
that's all it was, man. Like, but it's also the reason I think that I can talk to anybody. I
Yeah.
can get along with anybody, if it's from the CEO of, you know, big casino businesses to a kid coming off the streets for a dream. You
Yeah.
know, like I truly, like, I'm blessed because of that.
That's super important to be able just to see people as people.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And I've been there, man. That's what I don't think a lot of people understand. Is like I've been there. I remember where I had no money when I was 22 years old, out of college, and I was like, I swear to God, it was a changing point in my life. I was like, I never asked my parents for. They didn't have anything to give to me. Number one, like, and nothing, zero, and like I was like, I had $20, and I was like, I will never get to this point again the rest of my life. And I was 22 years old, and I've never asked anybody for anything, and I'm like, this will never happen to me again. Swear to God, I was bartending down at Harpo's on the Landing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and I was like, dude, this will never happen.
Just
And
made a choice right then and there.
right then and there, I was like, I'll never get in this spot again the rest of my life.
Yeah.
And then I opened a little gym, 800 square foot gym over by Beeville Mill. Literally, it was 800 square feet.
Yeah.
And we went from there to a small gym, about 1,500 square feet inside Crestwood Mall, inside a fitness center
Hmm.
called St. Louis Workout. And then
Yeah.
moved.
I think that's important. I mean, you said like you can remember like there's a point where you made a choice and you said like no more.
Dude, I'll never forget it. I was bartending at MP O'Reilly's in the Central West End. I was 22 years old, fresh out of college, had no idea what I was going to do with my life. Like truly, I mean, I thought my whole life I was going to be a professional baseball player.
Yeah,
like literally,
that was it.
Like, don't worry about it. I'm going to be a professional baseball player. And I was always pretty gifted when it came to sports, but so I was like, okay, this is what I'm going to do. Like, well, what if not? Like,
Yeah.
I'm going to be a professional baseball player.
Couldn't tell you otherwise.
It never even crossed my mind.
Yeah.
Never crossed my mind. So anyway, I got out of college and I was like, well, I'm not going to be a professional baseball player. That didn't work out. I'm 6 foot and 195 pounds. So, and I'm not nearly as good as I thought I was. So
Yeah. Like what's next?
Yeah. Well, so anyway, and like there was, rest her soul. She's passed away. Her name was Chris O'Reilly. She said that I gave a drink away, right? When I was in like, she's like, oh, you're fired. I'd never been fired from a job in my life. I always was a hard worker, no matter what. If I was delivering pizzas when I was 16 years old, I was hardest working pizza delivery guy you'll ever meet. Like literally, I was just like going.
So I always want to be the best.
Always want to be the best. Like dude, you go to my household, it's sick. Like because of my wife and my kids, and we don't do well at our house playing games against each other. But truly, like she was like, you gave that drink away, and I was like, I did not give it away. Known to behold, I gave away hundreds and hundreds of drinks before that.
Just not that
That
much.
one I did not give away. That one I did not give away. And I got fired. Like, and I was like, and that was 20 years ago. So like, and back then I was making $300 or $400 a night cash.
Oh wow.
I had no money. Zero.
You're just blowing it all.
Blowing it, partying. And I was wild. I'll be the first. I mean, I was nuts. And we'd party. And I was like, so I went to Harpo's, got a job. Then went to Morgan Street. I was working in Morgan Street, and I was like, I have $20. Like, what is wrong with you? I had $20, and I was like, that's one thing you can ask anybody about me. I'm the hardest critic of myself. Like, I should always do better.
Almost to a fault.
Oh, no, I deserve it, because I know I can do better. I can guarantee I can outwork anybody, and I mean that. Like, bring it. I will win. Like,
Yeah.
no ifs, ands, or buts about that. I will win.
I love that.
No.
I love that.
It won't happen. But like I was like, you're a piece of shit. You have $20 to your name. Shame on you.
Yeah.
Like, shame on you. And I was like, I'll never be in this spot the rest of my life. My sister's 27. I think she's 28 right now, but like, or she'll be 28 in February. And she's way more gifted than I am. And I always tell her that story. I'm like, listen, I got this position. I got myself out of it. You know what? You need to look yourself in the mirror and you need to make a decision that you're never going to be in this spot again.
Yeah.
And she's talented, smart, beautiful. And I just tell her that story. She's like, no way. And I'm like, yeah. I don't tell everybody my whole story, but that's kind of like exactly kind of how it shook out.
Yeah. So when you graduated school, I mean, did you just
Never graduated.
Oh, you didn't graduate.
Never graduated.
Okay.
Nope.
You're just done with school.
Done.
Okay.
Walked out. Full ride scholarship.
Oh damn.
So yeah, I mean, so anyway, out of school, yeah, I didn't know what I was gonna do.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, you answered my question because like I took that traditional path. Like growing up in the Midwest, you're always taught you got to go to school, you got to get that degree, you got to get that corporate 9 to 5. Like that's like the safe route. Like that's what you're supposed to do. And then like I did that, and like I worked at Express Scripts for like 5.5 years, and then ended up getting like let go through like not because of my performance, just kind of like outside of circumstances, and like that was like 2 weeks before my last fight on your show.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so this was probably, I guess, year and a half ago now. And, but that, like, it changed the way I look at the world in the sense that, like, there's no one way to make it in this world. No. And, like, whatever you're told is, like, safe or, like, you're supposed to do, like fuck that. Like, you can make it happen. Like, you can build the life that you want to build, and you can make it happen. You just got to put in the work. So, like, I've taken a couple contract jobs just like to like one was like 5 months, one was 6 months over the past like couple years. But like I decided like I cannot work in a corporate setting. I just can't do it anymore. Like, I have to work for myself. Like I have to build my own life. Like I have to make it work. Like I just can't do it. Like I made that choice. But like so many people just like they're just afraid to do that. So I was wondering if I was gonna ask you like, oh, so you graduated school? Like, what made you like make that choice? But you said you made the choice, and and then you left school.
So I signed with the University of Kansas my junior year for baseball. Okay, signed. I had 85% ride. Okay, living. I mean, I was living it. Guess
Yeah.
what? Graduated high school early. Okay, a semester early.
Oh dang.
Okay, and I didn't make the grades to go to University of Kansas. It's because I was just, I could do what, I mean, I was an athlete. I could do whatever I wanted. I
Yeah.
was untouchable.
Yeah.
In my head.
Hmm.
You know what? It was in my head, and I was, and then like, they're like, your GPA is like in the bottom 2/3. And I'm like, what? And my ACT, I scored like a 28 on my ACTs. So I just did real well, but I was just kind of, squeezed by.
Yeah.
Right? So like,
just enough.
just enough, but like I always thought I knew the system. I just get by. Well, so anyway, the reason I tell you that is because like I took the least traditional route. So I was like, oh my God, what am I gonna do? So then I went and played junior college baseball, and lo and behold, is like in your first year and second year of junior college baseball, that's really high level baseball because if you don't get drafted until after your junior year, if you go, you don't get drafted until after your junior year. So everyone goes plays for 1 year, 2 years of baseball, and then they go to D1, D2.
Okay.
So anyway, but I thought I would have screwed that up too. But anyway, I've always been the guy that's got to get slapped in the face. But so I was like, you know what? Like I got out and I was like, no matter what, if I'm gonna bet on somebody on something, I'm betting on myself.
100%.
Like I'm betting on me because that's something I can control.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? I could control that. I'm not going to bet on that. That division of Express Scripts gets released, or you know what? Like it's just like with the casino business. Like I've had multiple offers to like get a lot more money, but be exclusive. Well, that means I work for them. I don't work with them. I work for them.
Big difference.
Big difference.
Yeah.
And you know what? Let's work together. Let's work together. I'm not working for you.
Yeah.
And there's been quite a few of. I've had a lot of big offers in the fight business, man. Like come work for companies.
Yeah.
I
Well,
mean,
you've worked with the biggest companies.
and I've had multiple job offers, and for a lot of money.
Yeah.
Relocation fees and a lot of money, and I just turned it down, man, because you know what, I'd rather work with you, not for you.
Right. No, Jesse, you don't want to come move out to Vegas and work with us?
Right.
You don't want to live in St. Louis, a little town. You make 4 times as much here.
Yeah. Yep. Exactly. And you know what? And like, I've had some big offers. I mean, some nice, high profile, ego. You know what? And I'm like, man, it's not like. Listen, I'd rather work with people. I'm not going to work for you. And if I'm going to bet, if I'm going to work my ass off, I'm working for me.
Yeah. You seem like the type of person that likes to build.
I do. I love it. I thrive on building things. Like
Yeah.
I thrive on businesses that are failing that I can go around. I know I can fix that.
Yeah.
I know I can turn it around, and we know we can make it better,
Yeah.
and we do it together.
What do you ever see like a future in that and just like consulting and turning around businesses? You ever see that in the future? Has anything ever crossed your mind?
Yeah, and multiple times I have multiple offers.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Even to do that? Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
And you know what? Unless I can bring my team with me, I'm not going anywhere.
Yeah.
You know what? Like, I mean, shift gears here, but like, I've had multiple offers for people to try to buy our companies,
Hmm.
and I always say no because for me, I'm good. I'm good forever.
It's not about you anymore.
It's not about me. It's not about me. I mean, it's about my team around me, my guys. I'm such a guy's guy, and people don't even know that. The guys that know me, I'm probably the biggest guy out there. But like, man, let's kill this together. Like, I don't. I mean, I just had this conversation the other day, like with our health club. It's like we were, doing better, and we had a good year, and we had just a horrific November, horrific. And I was like, look at these numbers. Like, I'm like, there is zero chance that we're going to go backwards. We're going forward. And you better make this up in December, and I'm going to do it with you.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to fucking lose. And, and it had zero to do with money. Zero.
It's just about winning and losing.
Winning and losing.
Fucking hate losing.
Dude, like, you don't even, I'm one of the most sick individuals in the world when it comes to like winning and losing?
Dude, I hate it. So I decided I had to stop fighting. Like I just lost the drive to where like winning didn't become important to me anymore. It was really weird. Like it was just something mentally to where it just wasn't like the driving force. And I just love to win. And I've just shifted that now into just like life and business.
Life, yeah,
Just win in life.
that's it. And you know what? Like there's a lot of different avenues there. Like just winning in life. I mean, if it's you're winning because you're happy at home, right? You're winning in life because you get yourself in better shape. You're winning in life because you're helping other people.
Yeah.
You know, like there's a lot of other things that people don't understand about winning.
Does
Yeah.
that word legacy start coming into play in your head a lot more now, or
I think it
do you
does.
think about it?
You know, but like truly, like I hear that all the time. Legacy, legacy, legacy.
It's almost like a buzzword now. So
it
I
is,
hate to even
and
throw it out
for
there.
me, like I don't know, like it's not about me. I go back to it. I don't give a shit about my legacy, and I know it sounds probably cliche to say that, but like it's not my legacy, man. Like you know what? I wouldn't be where I'm at without the team around me.
Yeah.
So it's not me.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, it's not me.
It's not about you, and it's maybe not about like legacy in the grand sense of like what like the outside world thinks about, but like legacy about like the people who are closest to you with your team. Like I think it's important. Like I want to leave a very like positive and lasting impact on the people that I connect with.
Sure.
So I think about it from like a very like individualistic standpoint. You-
Yes, I can see where you're coming from. For me, you know what? Like, I guess I just haven't got to that point yet.
Yeah.
You know, because I don't know, man. Like, it's probably sounds. I'd rather be the best second grade soccer coach.
Yeah.
That you know, and like with my kids, than
It's just about being the best.
it's about
whatever
being
you're
the
doing.
best in everything I do, man. Like I'm sick, and you know what? The friends have known me for years, and like I am. Look, I'll give you. Look, my wife played Division One volleyball, University of Jacksonville, in Florida. She played in Australia, Brazil, Italy. She played all over the world, right?
Hmm.
She's a tremendous athlete. Okay, her and I cannot play air hockey. No, I'm dead serious. Like probably 17 years ago, we went on a cruise ship. It rained the whole time. Literally, I was going to get another room because we fought so bad. We were going to break up. Like, I mean,
real?
we cannot, like,
It's 2 winners.
oh, I mean, like, it's like
Yeah.
our basement's not finished at the house, like I was telling you, and we do all types of, like, obstacle courses, and we'll do stuff just together as a family, and, like, you know, we'll play soccer in the basement, or, like, and I played soccer until, I didn't even play them in high school, you know, but, like, it's a sick thing that, like, we hate to lose so bad.
Yeah.
You know, and like
I
you
love
should
it.
see my kids, man. Like they're over the top. Like my daughter, like I said, listen, you know, winning, you should accept winning. You should hate losing.
Yeah.
Now you see when you lose, you know how bad you feel. And maybe I'm a terrible parent, but like I'm sorry, but that's gonna forget sports. That's gonna take you in life.
Now, how do you handle losing?
Oh, in what part?
Well, okay, so let's maybe maybe like when you're like helping with your kids and they lose, like
Mhm.
it's like I like to like take a loss and like learn from it and grow and like use it in a productive way. Like you
Mhm.
want to use that in a productive way but that's something that's usually like taught, right?
Mhm.
In the beginning, it's just like you fucking lose your shit and maybe throw a tantrum. How do you handle that?
You know what? They don't that will not fly around me. You're not going to be a bad sportsman. You're not going to throw a temper tantrum. You're going to let it. You're going to think about it. And for me, I always say, okay, well, listen, that basically we lost. And this is my family, right? We lost. You know how bad it sucks. Basically, I don't say that, but you know
Yeah.
you don't like it.
It sucks, bad.
But like, how do we prevent it from happening again?
Yeah.
What are some things that you would have done that you would have won? Now I take that over into a contract negotiation.
Yeah.
I take that into having a good month in business, or a good quarter, or a good year.
Yeah.
You know what? How do we get better? Like, and you know what? Like I always say, okay, here's your loss. How do we get better? Man, like I'm so twisted, crazy about losing. Like I never want to go backwards. And like when I start going backwards, I'll quit, dude. Like
Yeah.
in the business, I'm done. I'll sell. You know what? Like I'm done. And not to change subject, but like talking about selling, like I had multiple opportunities when everyone's buying on these companies, and I was like, listen, I'm not selling anything unless you're going to hire my team. I walked away from millions of dollars millions.
Yeah.
And I was like, unless my team can come with me, we're not selling.
Yeah, because they'll mess around and buy everything and
Yeah.
just clean house.
Clean house.
Yeah,
Like, it's not happening.
happens all the time.
Yeah.
So, I had a thought. I was going to ask you something. We were talking about. I'm sorry, dude.
No, losing.
No, yeah, we were talking about winning and losing, and I had a really good question for you.
That's all right. It'll come back
It's
because it was good.
it's okay. It's okay. But no, dude. So you I wanted to ask you about. I don't know what I was going to ask you now, Jesse.
That's all right. That's all right.
That's okay. It happens. What were you saying? You were saying something about winning. I know what I was going to say. I love extreme winners, and winning in business. That's what it is. Contracts. Okay, so you're dealing with a lot of fighters and different things, and unfortunately, they're not all very business savvy. And you've been in business for a really long time, and you've grown accustomed to winning. And I love extreme winners. I think of like Lance Armstrong. I think of like Tom Brady. I mean, just people, and you can extrapolate that to almost any area of business or to any area of life. But like when you think of like extreme winners in sports, like people tend to not like them. And I don't know if it's just like a scarcity mindset or people just some people really appreciate it and some people don't. And dude, I mean, I'd be remiss if we didn't talk about it here, but you're a winner and you're killing it. And I've been a fighter under your promotion, and I've dealt with you in a lot of business, and I've had nothing but good experiences. Um, but being that you do like to win, and being that some people do have a scarcity mindset, especially here in the Midwest, where it's like they see your success as their failure, or being that some people don't understand business. How do you deal with the people that say, "Oh, don't do business with Jesse Finney because he'll sue you," or maybe he's going to call the fire department on you and get you shut down, or you hear all these different things. You know what I mean? Like, how do you deal with those?
Right. Well, and when I say about contracts, I'm not talking about fighter contracts because, I mean, truth be told, like, there's not a lot of money with these fighter contracts.
No,
right?
absolutely
like,
not.
I mean, so we're not talking like that. I'm talking about like
Real contracts. Business contracts.
Business contracts. Like,
I understand that.
right. Okay. Like we're talking like real estate dealings and like
there's a few more
sponsorships.
There's more zeros on those.
There's a lot more zeros than there is 700 and 700 or 900 and 900 or 6 and
There's
6.
no money in fighting.
Right.
I mean, people
I mean,
fighters they're getting in this to get rich.
Right. Well, so to answer your question, like how like the fighters like
Or not even
some
just
people.
just people.
Well,
who
I like
people hate on winners, man.
dude. People hate on winners, but it like the people that would, I bet you could count on one hand people that have hated me that have really truly done business with me, right?
Yeah.
Truly done business with me. Now, if there's people out there, aka trainers, which we know there's a few out there that in the past just shredded me for no reason, like truly no reason, zero. To this day, zero. Okay.
I've had nothing but positive experiences with you.
Well, I appreciate that, but you know what? You're an adult. You're smart, and with me, people know. Like, listen, if I say something, then I'm not bullshitting you. This is the way it's going to be. But some people don't like the fact that I'm going to say, listen, I'm sorry if you're going to sell 20 tickets, I'm not gonna pay you what someone else is gonna pay you. Yeah. Let me show you the math. Let me show you how it breaks down. Because if I don't, guess what? I have payroll on the 7th and the 21st of every month.
Yeah.
And I have people in the offices that work every time. It's not just about me making a couple $100. Okay, as a me. Okay, this is a company.
Right.
That's where I think a lot of people, and you've been around long enough that's what they do, and that's when they have 4 fights a year and they keep that money, and then they're rich till the next fight. For us, man, this is a business, and we run it like this.
Yeah. You just happen to be the face. That's where people misconstrue things.
Yeah, but you know what? Like, I'm serious. Like, you know what? Go out there and any of the fighters that have dealt with me one-on-one and said, listen, you know what? I've screwed anybody. I've never screwed anybody. You know what? Here, look, I just hired Sammy Henson, right? Hired Sammy Henson as color commentary for the fights.
I saw that. That's a good.
And so, like, you know what? Sammy and I's deal. Listen, Sammy, no matter what we do, I'm going to put it in a bullet point email. Here it is. Boom, boom, boom. Here it is. Good. Done. Rob Donaker, best man at my wedding. Godfather of my daughter. Guess what? Him and I have a bullet point agreement. There's no gray area.
Yeah.
Now, some fighters will come in and, well, I don't want to fight this person. I'm looking for easy wins. You know what? You know the business as much. I'm looking for easy wins. I'm looking for easy wins. Well, you know what? As long as you're open and honest, that you're not going to fight the toughest guys in the world. But then all of a sudden, you want to play Facebook tough guy,
Yeah.
and then you want to get your easy wins. That's not going to fly with me.
Yeah.
You know, like, shoot it straight, how it is, and like and we're not gonna have any problems.
Yeah.
But you know what? If you start, playing the gray area and start bullshitting around with me, I'm sorry, but I mean, I will win.
Yeah.
I mean,
That's simple.
I'm sorry, but like I don't play that, man. Like it's just that's not the way that really should
That's
be.
just life, man.
It's life.
Just fucking shoot it straight.
Shoot it straight, and you know what? And you know what? If you shoot it straight, and you know what? You guys can need a bullet point in email or a bullet point in text message, bullet point something, so you always can go back. Whoa, hold on. Let's look at this. Okay. Well, let's look at this.
Yeah. Here it is.
Here it is.
Black
I
and
mean,
white.
like, did I sue Fight Hard? No. I mean, like, there's nothing for Fight Hard to sue for. I mean,
Yeah.
there's nothing. There's so like.
Don't get me started on that promotion.
Yeah.
Dude.
So like basically like
They piss me off so much.
Well, they tried to to take one of the guys, and one of the guys wasn't the smartest guy to go out there and sign a second contract. He knew what he was doing, and guess what, man? I had to make an example out of somebody. You know what?
Yeah.
And we had to win in court and let the judges, call it what it was. But you know what? If we don't hold it strong on that, what happens?
Yeah, you have to hold the standard. Like, you give an inch
You
to
have
take
to.
a mile.
You know what? And here's the thing, man. Like, in the fighter contracts, the winning party prevails. Guess what? We didn't sue him. All he said is you're not fighting the fight.
Yeah.
Like, this is it. And we could have sued him and taken everything. Like, come on, it's not about that, man. It's like, do what's right. You know what you did.
Yeah.
Like,
It's pretty simple. Just do the right thing.
do the right thing.
At the end of the day, I mean, that's a lot of business. It's just doing the right thing.
Listen, I mean, no, let's just, no bullshit here. Like, Mike wanted us to sign a couple of his guys, right? You know what Mike said? These guys are not real big ticket sellers. What we're going to help you. Can you help them? I said, yeah, Mike, can you help us with these guys? Yep, no problem, did it. You know what? But he also said, hey, listen, these guys are not going to draw a lot of tickets.
Yeah.
Hey, shoot me straight, Mike. That's all I ask. And he did it.
Yeah.
So like as long as we're always shooting straight with that,
Yeah.
no gray area, that's what it was.
Goes a long way.
Yeah, absolutely. It goes a long way, man. And like, you know what? If you treat people like that, then, but some people want to say, oh, well, this guy's going to do this and this guy's going to do that. And they sell you. And then all of a sudden it's like, okay, dude, well, now you burnt that bridge.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you just got to I don't know what's so complicated about just sticking to your word and just doing what you're going to do. Some people want to avoid the uncomfortable conversations.
I agree with you.
But the more you can become comfortable with the uncomfortable, the more successful you'll be.
You know what? I have found that out. I've never been that person to I've always been the guy that's like, man, if this really bugging me this bad, I need to have that conversation.
Oh, yeah.
Right? So I've always done that my whole life, forever. I didn't realize people didn't like that as much until the last couple years of my life.
Oh, really?
I'm dead serious when I say that because I'm just like, dude, if there's a problem, address it.
Yeah.
And then once we address it, let's move on.
It's that simple.
It really is, and that goes back to my mom. Like truly, that's just the way she is, and but some people just will avoid it and avoid it and avoid it and avoid it, and I'm like, dude, if you have to avoid it that much, that probably should tell you there's something wrong here.
Yeah.
Or now it's just like send a text message or send an email, or it's like, hey man, like you said earlier, face to face, sit down,
Yeah.
work it out. If it doesn't work out, no hard feelings.
Yeah. It's all
Move
good.
on.
Yeah.
But I think that's a problem a lot in this whole world, though, man.
Yeah, I think you really kind of have to have a short memory in a sense. I mean, like once we worked it out, we worked it out. Don't stew on it anymore.
Right.
You got to move forward.
Right.
And some people have a hard time moving forward. Let's segue here.
Yeah.
What I feel like constant, at least for me, like I'm always constantly trying to like learn and educate myself. I just feel like if you're not like growing, then like you're going backwards. If you're not moving forward, you're going backwards. Is there anything that you turn to? Do you listen to podcasts, or are there any books that you like to read, or what do you like to turn to kind of?
You know what? I'm not a big podcast guy. And you know what? Believe it or not, I'm not in the car that much.
Yeah.
So like I'm these guys, and like I'm on the phone.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, all the time. Like I don't even want to look at my phone right now. Right? Like I'm on the phone all the time. I read a lot.
Okay.
I don't even, a movie not a movie or a book. I don't know if you ever watched The Secret.
I did watch it, but I haven't read the book. I read the Law of Attraction though,
Law of
but I
Attraction.
didn't read this.
You
Yeah,
know what?
same principle.
Same principles. And you know what? If you could, and like for me, like if I feel like I'm really like struggling a little bit, not struggling, but as much as like I need another dose. I go back and watch The Secret all the time.
Do you?
I bet you I watch The Secret 4 times a year.
Okay.
And the Law of Attraction. And you know what? If you don't believe in the Law of Attraction, I highly recommend that you start to learn it. The Law of Attraction.
I'm so big on it. I'm
Oh,
a big believer in that. The energy that we put out is the energy that we received, and I believe that when you live with intention and like you act intentionally, like just things just happen to just things just appear into like your world. It's so crazy.
you'd be shocked, man. Like, I mean, and amen to that because, like, I feel like if a lot of other people would try to put that in instead of always looking for a way around things, and look for the good and try to attract it, and also put it out because
Yeah.
what you put out, you're gonna get.
Yeah, I'm so
It
big on that.
happens. Oh,
That's something I've really had to focus on because so I mean I went the traditional school route. I had a little bit of student loan like after my undergrad, but then like I was going through I separated from my ex-wife and it was like at the very beginning. So like I jumped back into fighting and I went back to school and I got my master's. And then like so now I have like more student loan debt and then like it just is what it is, but I found myself focusing on my student loan debt too much. So like I'm just always like sitting back in my head like I'm just thinking, "Oh man, I got to get the student loan debt paid off." Like
but do
but
you? I mean, slowly but surely.
that's the thing, right? So
Yeah.
like law of attraction, I'm always focused on this debt. What am I going to attract in my life? More debt. Like
That you see, you
that's not the way to get out of it. So
right.
like just probably within like the last couple weeks, I was just like, you know what, man, like fuck the debt. It doesn't matter. Focus on building money. Grow
Hey,
like just build. That's what I'm focused on. Just getting more money and growing because eventually I'll outpace that debt. That's nothing. Like
right, right. And guess what? That debt's gonna be there. Like no matter what. So why worry about it?
yeah,
Yeah, sure you got to pay on it.
yeah,
Sure you're gonna have to, but who cares? Because it's there. It's the past. What can you do about it? What can you truly? What can you? Nothing.
yeah,
Go out there and go find some other ways to earn it,
and just
to
grow.
pay some of that off, and then
Yeah,
grow.
yeah,
And you got your master's degree. No one can take that from you.
that's true.
No one can take it ever, right? So like, I think that some people like want to just focus on the negative. Man, look at the positive, man. And like, you know what? In the past is the past, dude. I say it all the time. Like, fine, you screwed up. I say this to everybody. You screwed up. Who cares? Let's move on. You know what? And let's move forward.
Right,
Moving on and moving up.
right. What else have you read recently or that you like to read?
You know what? Believe it or not, I'm not a big motivational
Yeah,
guy. I've always had that mindset of like, before I even watched or read The Secret, like I'm one of those guys that like I live that mentality without even knowing about it.
oh
I'm one of
yeah,
these people. I write everything down. You know what? Like anything I do, I write down. I write down and envision. I have my whole like I'm a
you have a vision board.
a big vision. I mean, yes, a vision board, but I'm also a big visual on what I have for the week, the month, and my goals, and I better achieve that freaking goal this week,
Yeah,
or it drives me crazy, or this one for this month. Like I am a vision guy out of this world. Like
okay,
like we got fights, Maristar coming up, right? So like for me, I'm like, we have to sell this thing out. Like we're gonna sell it out. You know, like we're gonna sell it out. Zero dose money. I mean it. Like I shouldn't say zero. I shouldn't say less than 10%.
yeah,
I just want to win and I want to sell it out.
yeah.
You know, and I want to start the year off right.
Yeah.
And
Well, money
crush
is only one piece of the game, right? I mean, you can solve that piece of the game, and then it's not. I mean, it's just a thing. You know what I mean?
right. But you think about it. I mean,
And
if it's
then,
100 tickets at $50, it's $5,000. That's a lot of money.
mm-hmm.
But it's not a lot of money in the long grand scheme of things.
Right.
It's about
There's other wins there for you.
correct. It's about creating this atmosphere and creating memories from people when they come to the fights, and those other people are going to see this and be like, oh my gosh, this is what MMA in St. Louis is about. Like that's what, like, oh my gosh, like you ask about a legacy, like for Kansas City or St. Louis, like I can guarantee you that like in 20 years from now, people will look at our shows and go, dude, those shows are amazing. Those shows are amazing. Fights, don't take this the wrong way. The fighters, yeah, the fights are great, but you know what? The whole overall experience,
That's what it's about.
dude, the whole overall experience. And now with what we're doing with like the weigh-ins, you know, and we're making it big, and it's about the fighters and creating more for the fighters. Like, oh my gosh, like I don't know, like that, and then like the walkouts, and then the sound and the timing, and then the
Yeah.
TV deals, and putting this all together, and it's like, wow, dude. And this comes out of two small little offices,
Yeah.
like, but it's the vision.
Yeah.
It's the vision.
It's a hell of a vision, dude, and you're doing an excellent job of
Well, thank you.
execution. Some people, having been a fighter, and I'm sure people, they think, oh, $50 for a ticket, but it's like you go to a Shamrock FC show and you get this entire experience.
You know what? And listen, I'm not going to bang on any other show because right now in St. Louis, and I mean this, we had a bunch and we had a bunch of shitters for a long time.
Yeah, I
Okay?
came up in that time.
Right, you
All,
did.
all of
Right.
those promotions are gone.
Right, they're all gone.
You're still here.
When we'll be here. We've been
Yeah.
here going on 21 years, but like at the same time, like our tickets are always the most expensive. But you know why? Because we have payroll on the 7th. We have payroll on the 21st.
Yeah.
We're going to work on this 40, 50 hours a week.
Yeah.
We're going to continue to put back
Well,
money
you're
into the
running a
brand.
business.
We're running a business. This isn't a hobby. You know what? Like, this is something we put back into it. We create more experiences. You know what? Like, and it's more and more.
Yeah.
So it's like, we can't use our the pyro anymore. Okay, just a small example. We can't use the pyro because we had to get the special fire code that we, blah blah blah. So we're not going to use it. Okay, what else are we going to do? Well, we're already thinking of 5 other things and having fun. How can we that effect lighting? It's going to make it even look cooler. Some other different things because we have this in the budget. That's a lot of things that people don't even know and
Yeah.
think about. Like, that's the type of stuff. Like, it's and it's not. You think that I come up with all that? Like, it's all of us.
Yeah.
Look, we're on our new. We're I don't know when we're going to air this, but we had
Monday.
Okay, well, all right. Well, I'm letting go. I let go of one of our guys the other day that works for us, and we're bringing in someone new, right? And the team didn't even know what was going on. But I said, listen, why do you guys need to worry about this whenever over the holidays? When you guys come back in, and that's when I told them today, and they were like, no kidding. I'm like, we didn't know anything about it. I'm like, why would I bother you with it? It's over the holiday. Who cares?
Yeah, it's
Like,
not your
Right.
bread
And so
butter.
today we were like, well, you guys got some other ideas for how we can benefit from this other guy? Like on that end of it?
Yeah.
And like all these great ideas came out about it. Like,
Yeah.
oh shit, you got some other stuff. Oh, cool.
When you have zero options, you start creating magic.
That's it.
You really do. And you guys have grown. I mean, you started out at the Stratford.
No, man, we started
Was
out,
that was no before then you started?
man, we started out at Carpenter's Hall in Hampton Avenue.
I'm way off then.
Yeah.
So you started
Oh man, we
very humble beginnings, and then now like, all your shows are in Ameristar, and you're at River City Casino. You're still there, right?
Yep.
River City, Ameristar in Kansas City, Ameristar here now.
Yep.
I mean, it's huge.
Sure. I mean, and we're gonna continue to build a brand across the Midwest as well.
Yeah.
You
So
know,
what's
so-
yeah? That kind of leads me to my question. Like, what's next for you? Like, where are you guys going? Or as much as you'd like to talk.
Yeah,
about.
I mean, like we're gonna expand. I don't think a lot of people know this, but like the local casinos were all sold. They were owned by Penn Gaming, which was in Hollywood, and then they were owned by Pinnacle Entertainment, which was on River City and Ameristar.
Okay.
Well, they got sold. They went to Boyd Gaming, and Penn Gaming's got the other ones. Well, which is actually better for us in long term. So and Pinnacle was awesome for us, right? But like, the reason it's better is because they have more casinos across the Midwest.
Okay.
So we're gonna go to some of those casinos,
Oh, nice.
and it helps us expand our brand.
Yeah, that's
and,
exciting.
And you know what? And I say this to people all the time is like, yeah, we could go and do more shows and do this and do that. I'm a Midwest guy. I'm not gonna I want to make sure things are slow, steady, done correctly. Look at this. I don't make those rash decisions like this. I want to make sure that the marketing's gonna be planned out. I want to make sure that we're not doing a fight, 4 weeks and another one a week later. I want to make sure things are, I mean, we've got almost like 2020 mapped out right now.
Oh,
right?
man.
And it's January 2018.
Exactly. So you're planning.
Yeah.
Good stuff. Well, Jesse, I want to be respectful of your time. It's been about an hour. I'm gonna leave the floor to you. If there's anything that you'd like to, anything that you want to plug, anything. I know you're not big on socials. If you wanted to put that in there, you can. I'll just leave it up to you.
Man, well, thanks for having me. Number one. Number two, I appreciate you always judging because I know you came. Look, let's just call it what it was. There was a time that with the Mike and I Mike Rogers and I didn't have the best relationship, right?
Yeah, I mean, I came up here and you don't ever want to do business with Jesse Finney because he'll blah blah, fill in the blank. But then I've never had that experience.
Right. Well, I appreciate it. But and you know what? Like you took a gamble on us, right? Like because Mike hated us at that time, which Mike's awesome. Mike Rogers got me in this game. Like that's I don't think a lot of people understand. Like but he hated me for a while, and I was this. Mike's a great guy. Mike can be an emotional guy. We all know that.
Yeah.
I love him. I
Yeah.
love him. But you also gotta love him for his passion. You know what? And like his passion for it. Like,
Yeah.
but I appreciate you taking the chance on us as well, and like and seeing like experiencing things for yourself.
Yeah.
And I said to people all the time, like, hey, you know what? Go experience things for yourself. Like, you know what? How have you been treated with us? Like, how have you been treated with other people? Not just listen to other people, and and Mike and I are great now. Like
Yeah.
and like, but there was a time it was a rough patch, but
Yeah.
and truly it only hurt us. It only hurt Mike and his guys, and he still did great. Don't get me wrong, but like it only hurt the city of St. Louis,
Yeah.
and it's a shame. But things are getting better. Things
100%.
things are getting better. You know, I mean, his gym is amazing. The guys he puts out, come on, man, they're killers,
Yeah. We
right?
have a lot of good fighters. I think it's also too important to remember that you guys have both, and you've been in this game for a long time. I mean, you've grown, and like you started as a young, hungry dude, and just trying to win, and you know, things happen along the way, and here we are today. You know
And
what I mean? You're not, like you said, just keep moving forward.
yeah, keep moving forward. And like I said, like, you know, people ask me how I got started with MMA stuff. Is like I got started because Mike Rogers and Steve Berger, when I had a gym down in Bevo Mill, would come down and want to like do like spar before their MMA matches. And I was like, you guys are nuts, man. Why would you guys do that stuff, right? And they're like, dude, you're an athlete, dude. Like you would do so good in this. And I was like, Psh, you guys are crazy, right? So,
And you did well. I mean, you
well, I
fought on
did.
Strike Force.
Yeah,
And,
but I mean, like, I did well, but I wouldn't even been in the MMA game if it wasn't for those guys either. So like, it's funny how things come all full circle, and now we're all cool again. So it's
yeah.
like it's good, but no, man, I appreciate you having me, and I appreciate you taking a chance on us as well. And like I always say this to people in the community is like, man, like look for the positive in people, man. Like look for the positive in the promotion. Look for the in any promotion.
Yeah.
Like listen, go experience things for yourself. Like, and I always encourage people when there were other shows, people would always ask me like, oh, what do you think about those shows? I was like, man, go experience it. You tell me. You tell me. Like, go. Don't listen to me. Yeah, go experience it. Go try it.
Yeah.
Go try it. So, man, we gotta keep pushing forward in St. Louis and keep doing what we're doing, man. Really,
Absolutely. Well, hey, man, I'm excited to see what you guys have moving forward. And, thanks again.
absolutely, brother. Thank you.